Yo-ho, me hearties, yo-ho. It's time to set sail with Long John Silver, the pirate himself. Now, for you guys who don't know, this is based on a movie that would later spawn a TV series. This was a sequel to Treasure Island, though in the comic this starts like during the events of Treasure Island. There's 3 stories in here. The first story starts on the meeting in Hispaniola. Now, this is an alternate take on the story, and this paints Long John Silver in a more heroic light in the story. Jim Hawkins is his sidekick, so we can assume this alternate reality that Jim's mother is essentially dead. So after the events, Jim and Long John get the treasure, and then Jim essentially sets up life as an innkeeper after the events of Treasure Island, along with Long John Silver. So the second story, Long John meets an ally, is after the events of Treasure Island. So we're not sure how long after, but it's long enough that Long John is pretty well established in his business venture. So he and Jim are running a hotel, or running an inn, so with a restaurant, of course. I guess that was a thing. And it seems to be doing pretty well. Apparently Long John has a head for business, so they actually did pretty well. But some pirates are trying to steal his money and cause trouble and all this other stuff. But Long John decides, it's time, after the events of the story and trouble and stuff, and they try and steal the gold from him. He and Jim decide, I guess, to sell the inn and decide it's time to get a ship and go on adventures again. So, of course, they got to see. And the next story is the Pirates. Then we have the text story, which is the Pirate Sweeper, which is about this nobleman who is secretly the pirate sweeper. And he goes on adventures with his crew, and goes out and captures pirates. I think that was a rule in the Golden Age that every comic had to have this thing. And apparently this comic ran for 3 issues before I think it later switched to a 2-issue comic, I think, called Captain Kidd took over the numbering. Or maybe the other way around, I'm not sure. But, yeah. So this was based off a movie that later got a TV series, and then there was the 3-issue comic. So the Long John Silver is the last story, and this is back. Long John Silver and Jim Hawkins are back on sea. Back on having adventures on the high sea. Now, it should be noted, Long John Silver only steals from Spanish ships. Being a British pirate, that's kind of his shtick. But they get thrown to jail with Jim, and end up teaming with this lord, and trouble, and they kind of end up escaping during the thing. They help the governor of the island fight, and then escape through the chaos and manage to get some gold out of it and escape through that. So then the last story is the Happy Castaways. And this is the only story that doesn't involve Long John Silver. And it involves a gal and her stepfather essentially marooning her and the guy who would later become, I guess, her husband lover and husband on this island, and them kind of taking over and making life better for everybody. Look at this ad. Nice thing is all the ads are in here with copies, so you get a lot of the original ads in here too. Overall, I really enjoyed this comic. 5 out of 5 for me. A lot of adventure, good story, art's well done. Like I said, with this particular copy, you actually get a lot of the ads too. So yeah, if you like Pirate Adventures, the Long John Silver reprints are pretty easy to pick up, and there's only 3 issues, so I don't think this comic was very popular. But like I said, there was a movie, and there was a TV series as well. And I believe this was the movie and TV series, I think, where it does a sequel to Treasure Island. So, and the comic actually starts off on Hispaniola. So, but this whole thing is kind of, the way I take it, this is a what if. So Long John Silver is more heroic than he would be in the actual series. So, like I said, 5 out of 5 from me. If you guys have read it, let me know what you think of Long John Silver and his Pirates issue. This is issue 30. Yeah, issue 30 from 1956. Until next time, let's set sail for adventure. Keep your feet on the ground and your nose in the book, and we'll see you next time right here on Bookie749.